Got a pop filter.
Okay.
He's trying to escape.
I believe him. Sounds good. I still think he needs to be tried by a court or be, what we talked about earlier, Wolf Slayer. He wants to get down with his life, but that's not going to happen because he's still a necromancer.
And
Right?
You are a
Well,
heartless swine.
just to help you on, you do know that he had someone else with him when he was doing the militia thing. That's the only point of contact you know who might be of any use to you.
All right. So while Aramel is at least looking preoccupied at some point, I will talk to this guy and reason with him and say, look, your best shot of getting out of this alive is if we turn you into local authorities. So who's that?
Okay, roll persuade.
Nice roll.
22.
Okay. He vaguely looks in your direction, and says, the sheriff, or if the sheriff isn't, try Horrible. He's the other person in the militia. If you just let me have time to put my...
Where is Horrible?
And he points out a house on the edge of town.
Okay.
He says, just let me put my kids, away before you bring him here.
Like last time?
You're
many scrolls
convinced that he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, fine.
This is what you get for your one roll.
How many scrolls did he buy, damn it?
You are absolutely convinced that he's just grieving.
Jeez.
Well done. Okay, well, I'm satisfied with that answer. And he's pointed out a house. I'm ready to go. I look back to you guys. Anyone coming with me? If someone wants to stay here, that's fine. Whatever. I'll just go and get this guy.
I'm
Okay.
willing to go, yeah.
I'll stay, but outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly without him knowing. I'm not exactly the sneakiest, but
Okay. So the rest of you
not
go
going to make it obvious.
Yeah. The rest of you go to find Horrible, and Wolf Slayer, stealth roll.
$11.
Okay. You guys go, you manage to make it all the way to the village. You knock on the door, and the little halfling you saw the other day, just being subservient effectively to Battle Roar, comes out and goes, "Oi, what do you want again? Is it the dog? Is the dog come back? Well, let me just grab my stuff." And he sort of turns around and crossbow.
I'd be quick to try and hold up a hand and say, not that, but we have need of you for something else, something official.
Okay.
Where
Sure.
Where do you put criminals in this town? Have you got a prison? Cells?
Well, you just lock them in the town hall until sheriff comes through and takes them to Port Town or to Catwador.
Okay, and what if the sheriff doesn't come round? What happens
I
then?
guess we could lock them in the town hall.
And is
It's,
that
got a couple of rooms if need be.
Well, you might not like the sound of this, but I think you're going to have to be looking to lock up Battle Roarer.
He gives you look like, come again? Wolf Slayer, make a perception test.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry, did you say also or Wolf Slayer?
Wolf Slayer.
Sorry, very, very tired.
It's all right. You have
did
every
pretty well.
right to be tired. That was a good perception roll.
Perception, you said?
Yeah?
20.
Okay. You hear the sound of glugging water.
Coming from
Inside the house.
glugging water. Can you define glugging water?
It sounds like some sort of thick, watery sound of something coming out of a jug or a container and hitting a floor, presumably some sort of hardwood floor, and then some sort of carpet.
Do I smell anything?
Make
I'll
perception
kind
roll
of
disadvantage.
I'll kind of like try and get closer if I need to.
Okay. In
Wait,
which case,
no,
as you're
gasoline
getting
doesn't exist here, so I probably don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Maybe it's oil.
At which point you hear the sound of what is effectively a fire striker, a piece of metal that the dwarves make that you can strike at something else to get sparks.
Okay. I
And
just keep
as soon as you
watching.
hear that, there is a sound,
Nice.
and there is a massive fire just bursts out of the windows and the door.
Excellent. Can I get close enough to make sure that what's his butt is still inside? In other words, I
you've
don't
been
see
watching
anybody
the
running out
house.
from the house.
You
right?
move around the side, you can see nothing running out of the house.
Okay.
Would this sudden, the way you said it, sudden, fire, is it kind of along the lines of an explosion? Because if there's enough oil, the fire kind of takes.
Not quite an
with
explosion.
sudden-
It would definitely be a sudden, quick fire, but not an explosion per se.
Would there be any indication to us where we are in the town?
You guys in the town know, because this happened about 10, 15 seconds earlier, as smoke starts to come out of Battle Roar's house. No one else would have really noticed this straight away, but because you guys are kind of a bit hyper-aware of what's going on behind you, you do notice this.
Okay. We can talk about the details later. We need to get back, now.
Okay, do I need the crossbow?
No, that's fine. Just you need your little halfling legs to be moving very, very fast right now in the
okay.
direction of his house.
And you guys take off, moving at the speed of the halfling and the gnome.
I'll accelerate to my full run speed.
Okay.
I'll catch up.
Wolf Slayer not doing anything?
Nope.
Okay.
And Araman,
What am I going to do?
Well, the fire was just
I flick
warming
my
up.
water skin at it.
Well, the fire just
blow
up.
as hard as you
hadn't
can.
really caught onto anything else.
Because this is the house that's is
Yeah.
outside of town, well outside of
Yeah.
town. There's no risk to anybody except Battle Roarer.
Yeah.
What a name for a halfling, to be fair.
There's not really anything for me to do then,
Where's Aramil
Okay,
right
so-
now, and what's he doing?
except I continue to make sure that he doesn't leave. I'm not saying I'm preventing him from doing so. I'm just making sure, and I'm no longer trying to be stealthy about it. I'm making sure that he is not leaving.
Okay. The rest of them run up to you, the gnome and the halfling a little bit behind. No one's left the house that you've spotted. Make a perception roll, Wolfslayer. No one has left the house that you spotted.
Perception 11.
No one has left the house that you spotted.
Oops.
What happened? All I saw was smoke in the
I-
distance.
Tell them what happened, that I heard glugging, but before I could get over there random glugging noise made me very curious, so I started to head over, and before I got there, the place was on fire.
No sounds of sudden screaming, because, I've seen men on fire. They, even when they mean for it to happen, they don't do it quietly.
Did I hear screams?
No,
No.
So
no,
wait, where
suspicious.
am I? We're all together, right?
you're all there. Yeah.
no
Okay,
screams, but I'm confident that he didn't leave.
So the building's on fire. It sounds pretty like a big fire.
Yeah.
I just looked at Melphus and
It's catching on the
Wolfslayer and
timbers.
say, "I told you so. I told you. Should have left him alone."
Should we still be in a burning building, guys? Just point
I
that
don't,
out.
in it,
I
you're-
don't,
you're
we're
right outside
outside.
of
it. Right now,
We're
okay.
outside. Out of curiosity, I've got hellish resistance. Does that actually have anything to do with flames?
Yes, half damage from fire, I believe. You're resistant.
Okay.
I think.
So I could afford to get a little closer than anyone else.
yeah.
Okay.
It might be a good idea to go check that door that was locked. Make sure there aren't any escape passages in the basement.
That's a good plan. While you're doing that, I'm going to get near the windows that were mentioned.
No, you're the one who has to do that because I catch fire.
Okay, well, before I do that, I go to the numerous windows that were mentioned in that front room and just have a look in. Do I see anything?
A lot of flame. A lot of the upholstery and the carpet have just quite easily gone up by the time you get there.
Do I see a flaming battle roarer is basically what I'm asking.
You can make a perception roll disadvantage.
Okay.
Sorry, somebody in my chat just said, equip marshmallows.
Perception is a wisdom check, so it's nothing. I always keep doing that. Keep lowest one. So 10.
You spot a lot of flame.
Okay.
You, in fact, then spot a locket on the side table that you missed before, that you feel very gutted you didn't pick that up. As, the silver starts to glisten with the heat.
I'm blaming Aramil for this. He distracted me with his arguments. Okay, well, I start to go around towards the cellar, but I pause for a while, and I'm like, well, Aramil, I'm not feeling 100% at the moment. Have you got anything that can help with that before I potentially run into a burning building? I may actually look red, but it doesn't mean I can actually be on fire without hurting.
Are you saying are you injured? I missed it. If you were,
I was hit in the crotch by a zombie child, dude.
I didn't see that.
Would that part of the roof falls in?
Never mind.
Yeah. I'm
just going to say, there's going to be a time, there's going to be a trap somewhere, you're going to miss it, and I'm going to see it. And I'm going to have that choice.
And I'm gonna see a necromancer halfling and tell you guys he's a necromancer halfling, and you guys are gonna say, "Oh no, he's not." And then he's gonna set himself on fire. Obviously, okay. I was convinced that he wanted to just move on with his life. I rolled the natural one. I agree that happened. But now, upon seeing this, I'm looking at it and saying, "I told you so." Obviously, this is a fire to cover his tracks, and this guy's a necromancer.
To which we respond, and then you stopped telling us so, and you seemed really confident that he was actually not wanting to do anything weird.
I can't explain it.
Did you not?
It's almost as if somebody rolled a dice and told me how to feel.
I look to you for wisdom and guidance. You just weren't there, Aramil. You failed us.
Embers float past you as...
This is actually quite nice to me, by the way. I can stand here all day. It's not going to hurt me. You're going to get a weird tan, though. I'm not going to go check out the cellar. I don't think it would be safe for me to check it out anymore.
Why is Battle Roar's house on fire?
As the druid who wanted to set him on fire himself.
He's a necromancer.
A grieving father.
No, Battle Roar's not a necromancer. No.
Okay.
No.
Who is? How do you know?
Well,
You're just saying that. Were you there? Were you there when he bought the scroll?
What scroll?
The scroll he purchased to raise his children.
Come again?
This is going to be a very long story.
We're friends.
And
On the off chance, I would like to do an insight check. Not that I have a particularly good roll, but...
Sure.
I can't even see what I rolled. All
11.
Right. 10. I believe him.
He looks like he has no clue what is going on. He is very confused. Have you got any evidence that Aurora was a necromancer, and why is his house on fire?
Well, how about before we start talking about that, we try and put it out. I know it's quite far from the village. It's not going to set any of the other houses on fire. But...
The last wall collapses.
Okay, never mind. The house is now gone. Well done, everyone. We succeed. I mean, there's worse ways for a guy to go with his kids than in a house-sized funeral pyre. This is probably what he wanted. I know it's what you wanted. druid.
I just want the dead to be dead.
At which point, there is a scream from the village.
Of course.
I thought you were going to say the cell. I was like, no, please. I don't want to go down there. I've got a rat to take care of, man.
It doesn't sound like it was a bull, whatever, not bull roar, battle roar.
It
Scream,
sounds like
right?
a hobbit screaming. Quickly cut short and make perception rolls.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
No. Wow,
4.
bad.
16.
Good.
Literally 13.
And 13.
Yeah, my wisdom is just run of the mill.
Scarlet hears a growl, but it's a growl that just sounds almost unearthly.
What
Yeah.
does?
Well, Scarlet's heard it. Scarlet can tell you. Far off in the direction of the village.
Okay, that was what I was wondering.
Okay, so there was a growl at the edge of the village. I know, I guess I would go towards it.
Do
Would
you
you
tell
tell
us
us?
this?
Scarlet starts walking.
Yeah, I would tell you. So there was a growl at the edge of the village.
What type of growl?
It sounded sort of... What was it?
Like a death, a
Yeah.
death dog. It was a death dog, right? Did you hear a death dog?
I don't know specifically if that's what it was.
Did someone spike
yes.
his porridge or something?
All right, let's go.
Which? What is going on?
I'm already going.
Okay, he walks with you. He
Yeah.
has no idea what's going on now.
Oh, I'm
I-
not walking. I'm running.
I'm not
Heard a
running.
scream. She heard a growl. We're going.
There's people already running, and since the halfling is just asked, and since I asked him to get up here, I hang back at his pace, though, I'm moving as fast as he can keep up with, and try to fill him in on basically everything, as I know it.
What? No. Basically, is how the entire journey goes.
Okay.
Um,
I've done my
get
bit.
to the village.
I've told him what I know.
It's
I don't
pretty
need
late
to
in the
convince
day by
him.
now. You did spend a very long time having to look after Battle Aurora. So the sun's getting low. It's not dark, but the sun is getting low. And you run into the village, and you see in the middle of the crossroads a hobbit just splayed open. The chest cavity has been mauled open, and
Quick,
other
Aramel,
hobbits run
check
up
if
to
it's
the
alive.
side. Doors have been slammed closed. People are peering in from upper windows, and you can see standing over the body is a big black dog with matted fur, a smell coming off of it, 2 heads, and one of them is eating from the chest cavity, while the other one looks up at Wolfslayer as she is the first on the scene, followed by, I think everyone else ran except for Malphas, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm a little bit
Okay.
close.
So Wolfslayer, followed by Aramil, like 5 feet behind, and then Miss Scarlet is about 20 foot behind because gnomes slow. Roll initiative.
Do I need to roll initiative as well? Because consider I'm outside
Yeah,
of it.
you are much further back, but you still have to roll initiative.
12.
And
We are not near a
dexterity.
fire anymore.
I got 20.
I got 13.
Okay.
What do you do when there's a tie?
Well, you can decide. Let me just roll my dice.
Battle music.
Right. So I'm on that. Who got the highest?
That would be the gnome.
Yeah, that'd be
On
Scarlet.
20.
20.
20. Next.
Myself with 13.
Okay. Then
12, I think, for the two of us, right? Aramel, didn't you say you got a 12?
I got a 10. I tied with.
I'm sorry.
Oh, did you have 3 dexterity?
2 dexterity.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled an actual 10.
Okay.
Oh, so what did you get with
I'm sorry, I
your
thought you said you had a tie.
I have no dexterity. I saw your 10. You don't do the
Oh,
same
okay,
thing we
yeah.
do. You don't.
No, I
you don't
don't.
do the. So
I use
It looks
math in
wrong.
my head.
Because this is more like actually rolling dice.
Mentally doing it.
except we're using this program called it's called Roll4It. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Actually, it's called Roll20, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people like to practice their mental maths occasionally.
It's how you keep
Okay,
it sharp.
Scarlet,
remember?
you are up first.
You're back.
Okay, so I guess I would just maybe take a step forward just to really properly scope out what's going on here.
Okay. You were 20 feet away. How close do you want to get to this giant dog? From your point of view, it's very large.
Yeah, wouldn't it be like head height for a gnome?
Yes.
But
Oh,
then I wouldn't
lovely.
want to get too close then.
You never
do?
know. It might
You're
be
20
quite
foot
nice.
away. I'm going to have to push you for time. You're in combat.
I don't know.
The GM can just say that you take too long and then you deliberate. Do something.
I don't know. I
Do
don't know.
something.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Any idea? Okay. You're holding your turn. You can take your turn any stage you want after someone else's turn during the turn. During the round. Okay. That makes it me.
Ooh.
Dog is going to see the very scary wolf slayer in front of it.
Welcome back, Arumba.
Hey.
And it's also going to see Aramil. It's
Stick my
going to
tongue
go
out at it.
for Aramil.
Oh, great!
I taunted it.
I told you
It
we should have
runs
killed that
Aramil.
guy.
You are still wearing your flamboyant coat, right? Because you never reversed it.
No, I did not. Of course not. I ran right out of
So-
the. Still got it
Yeah.
on.
So, unfortunately, Aramil is wearing a very flamboyant coat of multi-different colors and different patches.
Just take the beat with that.
Nice target. Dog runs up.
It's all right. No one can. Don't have to feel bad.
That's true.
You've just got wolf pelts. He's got Technicolor Dreamcoat. I mean, it's no
Ooh,
comparison.
crap. Yeah. Your armor class is not high enough. That's a hit. The death dog runs up to you, bites you just below the knee with one of its heads, and its fangs sink pretty deep into you. Your leathers, don't protect very much. They do stop the main attack, but they still manage to get a decent chunk of your flesh. And I believe you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Versus what? Death?
Hi, I'm Aramil. I used to be an
It's called a
adventurer like
death
you
dog.
until I took a death dog to the knee.
All right. Constitution
Yeah.
rolls D.
Had to
D20,
happen.
yeah?
I mean, come on. You said below the knee.
9.
Oh.
That
I'm dead.
said everything.
Blah, blah, blah. You become poisoned until the disease is cured. You suddenly feel this illness seep into your leg, this overpowering sensation of fatigue and heaviness in your limbs. Your stomach rolls and you feel very, very dodgy.
Okay. Feel bad.
It's
Yeah,
angry.
Wolf
Chop it
Slayer.
off. It's the only way.
Off to the side of Aramil, the death dog, with its other head, lunges towards you and bites you on the hamstring. You take...
Was there damage involved with that, or was it just like?
Oh,
it
yeah,
was just
sorry.
a-
You took 4 points of piercing damage. Wolf Slayer, you take 3 points of piercing damage. And you have to make a Constitution saving throw. As the dog nips at your hamstring.
19.
Very nice.
You are fine. You feel something seep into your leg. And you
It
feel a small
tickles.
bit of nausea.
It
But you
tickles.
just...
I've got this image in my mind now of Wolf Slayer, like the head lichen out of Underworld, just getting shot by silver bullet, just flexes, and the bullet just kind of the silver just slowly seeps back out of the wounds and drops down, just willing the poison out of her muscles.
Scarlet, would you like to take your turn?
Fantastic.
Yes, actually, I would like to use my short bow on it.
Sure. Free action, you pull out your short bow.
Mhm.
Fire.
I will fire at it. So that's what, a damage throw? Yeah.
You need to roll to hit, so D20 plus Dex plus proficiency.
Plus. Which is that. $13, and then
13, that is a hit. The arrow lodges in the side of its shoulder, with one of its heads just turns towards you. How much damage do you do?
5
Plus Dex.
plus Dex would be
8, wouldn't it?
8. Yeah.
Okay. The arrow sinks pretty far in, and the death dog, the other head turns towards you and growls at you.
So both heads are glaring at her at the moment.
No, just that one, sorry. The other one was just finishing off taking a chunk from Wolfslayer. So that was 8 damage, right. That makes it Melthas.
Okay. How far away am I?
Yes. You are about 100 feet, maybe a little bit less. Maybe about 90.
Okay, 90 feet. Well, the moment I see combat start, I take a knee and draw my bow. And
Okay.
Wait. Are you sure you picked it up when you threw it on the ground back in the building before the half elf set it on fire?
That's a good point.
I think you left it on the ground. Pretty sure it's on fire.
No.
If
I
did.
know, I would assume as you left, you would have taken your equipment with you, unless you explicitly state you want to leave something.
Oh, fine.
It would be amusing, but I think it would be slightly unfair that you'd forget your equipment. And
Well, I
B,
have
it's
some
understandable
tablets
after
I can
combat.
give him.
Yeah. If we hadn't left combat, it would be understandable, but
Yeah, if
we
we
left
hadn't
combat.
combat, then
Yeah.
I would have left it. I didn't need to take an action, but yeah, you've got your boat with you. Don't
it
worry.
would look cooler if it was like all burnt and charred and stuff. It'd look just like, it'd look awesome.
Okay, shoot.
No, it's made of wood. It wouldn't look burnt or charred. It would look like ash. And ash doesn't shoot arrows very well. Right, at this point, I note to the halfling beside me who was clutching his crossbow to his chest when he left. Was that right?
Yep.
That he may have cause to use it very soon as I knock an arrow and shoot.
Okay, roll it. How far? Your arrow range is 80, I think.
80, so I'm
you're
about
actually out
10
of-
feet outside.
You're at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Unless you choose to move forward 10 feet.
You have 30. Yeah, you might as well.
I can't I? Because it's like 15 feet. And then... Yeah, okay, well, I'll do that then.
You're not at disadvantage anymore.
Okay, so D20.
Do you want to be 80 feet or do you want to move the full 30? Because you can.
I'll move as close as I can.
Okay, you're at 50 feet then away and you shoot your bow.
So that's D20. And it'll be a sneak attack because they're in combat, is that right? They're effectively engaging other people.
It's aware of you, but you still get your d6.
Yeah. So, plus proficiency, plus dex. Watch me roll a 1. Not a 1! Close. Not a 1.
The arrow goes wide of its mark and flies through a nearby window, smashing the window pane.
This sucks so bad. You managed to hit on a 9, and I...
The halfling behind you goes, "Did you mean to do that?"
No, of course I didn't, you idiot! I'm aiming
makes
at the dog!
That makes it Wolfslayer and Aramil. Aramil's not there, Wolfslayer.
Well, I'm feeling a little bad about having manipulated the situation a little, and so I'm feeling a little extra protective of my friend. So I would like to go into a rage,
You rage?
only with less burping. Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Generally, it's... well, how much
and then I'm
go?
gonna try and sever one of these heads since
so-
this
so
dog
bad.
has an unnatural number of heads. I will
Okay.
try
So
and
bad.
sever-
It's actually got a symmetrical number of heads. It's got to be worth something.
16.
That is a hit. You swing your axe bodily at it, trying to get its head that's sort of a bit jutted too far out of you.
15.
15 points of damage.
Wow.
It's dead. Chop his head off.
You swing the axe overarm at its head that's just sort of retreating from your hamstring, and you sink into the side of its neck, doing massive damage, cutting deep into it. You pull the axe down. This spray of dark black blood, sort of dark reddish, but with very dark, almost black, sprays over you. You've definitely cut some sort of blood vessel because this blood is spurting now.
Yeah.
That would make it a Roomba. Sorry, Aramel. Who's this Roomba fella?
I don't know. It sounds like a stupid name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I took 4 points of damage. One of these dog heads bit me, and I am sick.
You are now poisoned.
I get my
disadvantage on all tests.
on all tests. Okay. And I still have my normal 3 actions. I have a free action, my bonus action.
Bonus action and your action. And a reaction, but you don't have use for them other than doing certain things, which I'll bring up when they happen.
Oh, I'm completely unfamiliar with like the whole poison mechanic. Like, how does that work? Is this something I can cure? Is it something that assessing helps?
If you have something that can cure it, it'll say in like the spell or something. It'll be like, this cures diseases. I don't think any of you'll do. I think they're just health. You currently only way to really heal diseases is like medicine over time. There's nothing you can do at the moment unless one of your spells said specifically, and I don't think any of them do. But I could be wrong on that. I haven't read all the druid spells. Otherwise, you're at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Alright, let me just check.
for first level druid spells that you've got detect disease or poison, not any way to cure it, unfortunately.
Yeah. If you're
At
a paladin, you could.
Rub that in. Go on. Apply the salt
Okay.
to the wound.
Very well. What does using your hit dice do? Is that a
You
what
can't
type
do
of
that
action?
unless you rest.
What?
It'll be a short rest use hit die.
Oh, I thought you could actually use that once per. No.
No,
Okay.
you need to take an hour's long rest to be able to use your hit die.
I see. Well, in that case, I will use Healing Word on myself. It's a bonus action. That is guaranteed to heal me to full because I have +5 wisdom. So
You're fine.
Okay,
You bellow these words, and one of the heads of the death dog looks at you a little bit odd and shirks away. And you feel your wounds close around your leg.
and I assume
But
that
you
I'm
still feel the
still,
nastiness inside
yeah, I'm still infected by whatever that
Yeah.
flesh-eating bacteria was. Cool. And of course, because you've told me I have ample mistletoe.
You have a focus. You're fine. You can keep casting the focus.
Yeah. Now that doesn't require a bonus action. That's just an act, like a free action. Shillelagh.
Depends. Is Shillelagh a free action or is it a bonus?
I'll have to check real quick.
'Cause I think it might be a bonus.
Shillelagh. I don't think it is bonus. Damn, it is. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
should have said
you-
something.
It's
Fine.
not his job to tell you how to use your spells.
I can't remember all these things. This is new to me. All right. I want to just like I stepped away a couple times, and how's everyone else doing? As far as like, how's it look?
I have taken
took-
3 points of damage.
Well, thank you for telling me that,
That's
Wolf Slayer.
doing
That's very nice of you.
great.
Okay. And you're a barbarian, so that's not much for you.
No, it's not.
All right, I'll take a weak swing then at this guy
Okay.
since I wouldn't let me cheer my weapon.
Quarterstaff is strength, so roll for it. You're at
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I've got a special die for it. You said I'm just at okay.
Poison.
You said
Disadvantage,
disadvantage to
strength is
tests. Did
-1.
you mean disadvantage to all rolls?
I believe it is disadvantage to all tests, attacks. I don't think it's a saving throw, so I would have to check that. That is a miss.
Okay.
You swing with the staff, but you feel your arms just weak and almost like they aren't yours with the how distant they feel, and you just randomly swinging through air with that quarterstaff.
That's good, man.
That would make it Scarlet's turn.
Okay, I think I'll use my bow again.
Okay, roll for it.
So that is D20. It's 5.
That is a hit.
All you people with your awesome rolls.
And 8.
8 damage. Okay, so you notch another arrow, pull it back, aim down, and manage to get it just past the wildly swinging Aramel, and the arrow shoots down, twists midair as it sinks deep into the side of the death dog. It visibly lurches to the side, almost with the impact, but actually it's just the death dog trying to compensate for you hitting something very vital on that side, and it looks very injured. That would make it Malthus. Oh wait, no, it's me.
Death dog. Is the halfling by my side ever going to get a turn? Because it missed the first round.
Sorry. The halfling by your side. Picked up the crossbow. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'll do this one quick, and then he'll get his end of turn. He picked up the crossbow, went to fire it, realized that he didn't actually have a quarrel because you sort of... You were like, oh, you don't need the crossbow. So he brought the crossbow, but he didn't pick any quarrels up.
Okay. Yeah,
And then he pulled out the knife that he has at his side and charges forwards.
Okay.
For battle, Aurora!
The not necromancer.
Yeah. Death Dog. It lunges at Aramil, but Aramel's wild swing with the quarterstaff actually manages to sort of block its head as it's just trying to get at him. Aramil dodges the attack.
Yay!
Aramil.
However,
tried
it
so
does
hard.
manage to bite Wolfslayer as she tries to pull her axe back. It just latches on to her wrist and does 5 points of piercing damage. You are raging.
Which means it's only 2.
Yep, you only take 2 points of damage. The death dog bites down on your arm, and its fangs sink a little bit in, but nowhere near as far as they should. This pressure should be able to crack through most people's skin and muscle. You're deeply
But not the
scratched.
soul of the mountains.
But yeah, not still in the mountains. You will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. 8.
8. You feel, however, this
Well, that's
infection,
crap.
nastiness flowing through your arm up into your chest as you start to cough and you feel your stomach roil.
My cat's back.
That would make it Melthas.
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and try another arrow.
Sure.
So that would be 2d20. Sorry, 1d20 plus 5.
1. Oh dear.
These rolls.
Okay. So you pull back on the bow, you sight the death dog, and as the death dog lunges at Aramil, you release the arrow. Aramil dodges out of the way. Roll damage.
I'm so sorry, Aaron. At least this won't actually take a sneak attack, will it? I mean, he is technically engaged with the dog.
It's not. You're not technically trying to choose
Okay,
him,
good,
and it has
good.
to be an enemy, so you're
Right.
okay.
Okay. Because that would have been bad. Well, actually, given my rolls, it might have not been bad at all. Right, so 1d6 then. Do I need to add my dex to this?
Yeah, you would get dex, I think.
Oh, the one time I get a good roll? Really? Really?
Oh, how
Really?
much health do you have, Aramil?
I don't think he has.
I have 10.
Oh, you have
I
10.
held up.
Oh, thank
The
goodness.
arrow
I thought you had
flies
9.
straight into the back of your neck, puncturing through the side of your neck, through your throat, and out the other side, lodging like some sort of very weird
The one
sort
time.
of fashion accessory.
The one time I roll the highest I can roll on the dice.
You now have -9 points to his lovely shot. You're on 1 hit point, and you have an arrow lodged in your neck.
I will remember this.
You turn around, and somehow, I will remember this. Is what you can get out.
Ooh.
In light of that,
was an
who wants to
accident.
go first? Wolfslayer or Aramel?
Sorry?
I
Who
believe.
wants to go first? Wolfslayer or Aramel?
It was so bad.
Are we now on the same initiative?
Oh no,
'Cause
it's
I
actually
was-
Wolfslayer. Yeah, you are
Yeah.
first. Yeah, sorry.
I'm
Alright,
so sorry
well-
for that.
Unfortunately, I'm now rolling at a disadvantage, right? To my attacks.
Yes.
Ugh. All right. So that's /R 2d20 keep lowest 1.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
That is still a hit.
And damage isn't at disadvantage, like it's just
No,
damage.
you're fine.
Okay.
Well done.
15 again.
You, with your axe, ready it, and then just bring it down for another large chop. How, have you got a particular way you want to do this?
Not particularly. I'll let you take care of the details.
You just bring it over, and through the other neck, you just full-on chop their head off, straight down in between the dirt track. The other head sort of lolls side to side, and falls down onto the ground, and you just bring the axe down and just pop, chop the other head off. It was already half chopped off. The dog is still and headless, a growing pool of black-red blood around it. It is dead.
Right, great. We need to tend to Aramel's wounds.
Are we out of combat now?
Not really
Out of combat.
sure
Then at this point,
how
I
to handle that.
am rushing over with
As
a
you
look
rush over,
of
you rush past
abject.
the halfling who was rushing forwards, and he goes,
I turned around. He deserved it. Don't worry. Though,
Just- okay.
genuinely, I actually look mortified
Okay,
and quite
okay.
concerned that he is, 9 out of 10 hit points, hanging on to life by sheer willpower at this point, I imagine.
I was next to act anyway, right? So I could do spells and stuff now. We're not in combat.
Yeah.
But, okay. Well, fortunately, I still have one spell slot
Okay.
available. So I'll just healing word myself again.
Is this poison going to affect him in any way?
I'm concerned about the everlasting poison of doom, but
roll,
No.
roll the heal.
all right. So the heal is, I believe, it's just 1d4 plus 5. So that's I don't have a dice for that. So roll.
Oh, very nice.
9. Very
nice.
well. I got all my health
Try,
back.
you try and get this healing word out, and all that it sounds to other people is some sort of halting rasp come out of your mouth, but it
No.
has some sort of melodic sound to it, and your neck starts to heal around the bolt, and you just pull one hand up and gently pull it out. Snap it at the end around the head so you don't pull the arrowhead through your neck. And as you pull it out, while also trying to rasp out this healing word at the same time, a hobbit nearby who's just opened the door to see what's happened now, everything seems safe, just faints. You pull it out, and the hole just fills in.
That's excellent. That's great.
That was fantastic rolls, to be fair.
I should have thought about that, the fact that there was an arrow through my neck, impeding my ability to speak, but
I was feeling generous.
yeah.
After what happened, I felt you needed some generosity. You are back to full hit points.
Okay, who's ready for the next mission? Let's go. I feel good. I could use rest. I could use some
I
spells.
need
but
I need a long rest.
oh, hey, by the way, hey guys, I told you so. Just want to say,
Okay. Is there anything to note about this giant dog? There was someone who screamed and was like cut open. I feel that now that Aramil is not dying because I shot at a dog and he stepped in the way. It was totally his fault, not mine. Perhaps we should take care of this.
Okay.
I'm really glad
make
you're not
perception
dead,
rolls.
by the way, Aramil.
We just earned 20
genuinely.
gold.
so I heard that we
I seem to recall.
there's like a necromancer somewhere. He's his name is I wrote it down. His name is Battle Roarer, and he's not dead. Mark my words. Not dead. He's a
The Hobbit's just standing next to you going, right.
yeah. He's a fire-based necromancer.
If you want to say when the militia
Fire
is the necromancer, you're going to have to provide us with a little bit more evidence than he's a fire-based necromancer. Would you like to claim that he's a half-elf who's just particularly short at the same time?
Look. See her, Wolf Slayer? She's got like undead children bits on all over her. She didn't clean her armor perfectly. There's still some undead children on her. And she's very, very clearly covered in undead bits, which is
I just want to kind of point out, Aramil undead bits look like normal dead bits when they stop moving.
Hey, I'm not talking to you for a while. You shot me in the neck.
Yeah.
I would
Okay. How
imagine that
about
would make it difficult to
we're
talk.
still looking for Battle Roarer? So how about we don't call my friend some names and stuff, and I'll get you the 20 gold.
Okay,
He looks down at the dog and he goes,
that's good.
"What's that?" You look down and you see around the neck there is a belt tied around one of the necks of the dog.
Okay.
And attached to this belt is some rope, which has been obviously chewed through.
Ooh.
Somebody thought they were keeping a pet.
It was the necromancer.
Which one?
Right.
I mean, the whole village is necromancers. You realize this, right?
No,
Like they all
No.
are. They're all in cahoots. I mean, they
At-
invited this
At
merchant.
this point,
here.
I feel that
Clearly, no.
Okay, no. I figured it out. See, guys, I figured it out. The wife is somehow tied into this, and remember we went to the river, and there was like the two trails. There was like the
Mrs.
animal
Battle
over
Roarer
back.
died over a month ago.
Yeah, but
at this
he
point,
raised her from the dead.
I take you and me,
Presumably, if he raised his children from the
Looking
dead,
at the
there's nothing to
militia
stop him
guy,
from raise the wife.
and I just
He
say
raised the wife.
he's just very much.
Oh, we're going to have to recall, by the way, the group call just died.
Oh, I just noticed that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. But I say he's
Your
just
4-hour limit.
just a little bit soft in the head right now. Just had an arrow through the neck. Just don't take anything he says. Just give him some time. Ignore it for now.
Okay. I'm just going to end call recall, so if you can
Okay.
just quickly answer the call. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look at
Yeah.
I
Skype seems
do-
weirdly grayed for me.
it. Does
Me too.
Me
In
too.
Malfas.
Yeah.
And yeah, that too.
Weirdly dark. How odd.
I have to wonder if this is something they've introduced after the 4-hour group call thing. A rumor isn't so grey. No, you are a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I think it's related to this pop-up. I see you need Skype Premium to make a group video call. I think it's like trying to take focus.
They've literally introduced this in the last few days then, because that didn't used to happen.
That is unfortunate.
Well, I'm going to have to look at this for next week. For the moment, we'll just continue going with the slightly grayed screens. There isn't much left. You were saying to the guy?
Because I can clearly see that that Arumba's constant harping on
Arumba?
about Aramil. I'm in distress. I just shot someone I almost consider a friend in the neck
There we go.
by accident. But I can see that Aramil's constant harping on about Battle Roar and necromancy is perhaps agitating Battle Roar's apparent friend. So I'm just like, he's in shock. He just got shot in the neck. He may look okay, but his brain is addled. That's all. Just don't pay too much mind to him. Talk to us. Don't talk to him. Ignore him for the most part.
Okay, and he just slightly turns away from Aramel, who's still going on about necromancers and dead people. And he says, so you just said that this dog was like a pet.
Well, looking at the collar and the rope, it was either a pet or a prisoner.
Okay, so we didn't find out who was attacking people. Like, this is their, like, instrument weapon thing?
Possibly. They may not.
No,
have.
no.
Oh.
We don't know that. It's just that it was
Okay.
tied to something and it now no longer is. And it was eating.
So
something.
So,
In a moment of
What is-
insight, I turn toward you and say, no. Here's all the persuasive reasons why you should just pay us, and we'll deal with that later. Sound good?
what exactly do you say?
I say, the job. Okay, you hired us to deal with the
I didn't
animal.
hire you to do anything. Battle Roar did, and you killed him, is what you just said.
Again,
we didn't-
ignore the
we didn't
crazy
kill him.
half-elf druid. He really is a bit.
He may
a
or may
bit
not
mad
be
right
dead.
now. Just
He may or may
listen
not
to him.
be
He
dead.
thinks dead people are alive. Honestly, just ignore him. He's one of these performer types. You know, he's a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? I say that because I performed last night.
Aramil Silverkin, who told the rather rude but lewd
No.
story about a badger.
No, you liked that story. You did, didn't you?
Yeah, it was rather good.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell a lie. And so we don't know where Battle Roar is, but yeah, absolutely, by all means, let's collect the gold and be on our way.
I just wish you would shut your mouth, you stupid druid.
Roll persuade with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, BS. Of course, I am ill, so I'll give you that. I'm ill, so I'm still ill. I'll always have these disadvantage rolls, right? So
I imagine
disadvantage.
you can get rid of it eventually once you level up.
No, forever.
You
Although
keep it.
I should have +5 health permanently because of my 20 on the Constitution check.
Oh, it's a really good
16. Haha. Mm-hmm.
He looks at you dubiously.
And says,
I'll honor whatever Battle Roar said, but you have to, find out where this came from and sort out whoever sent him.
"Yeah,
But
I win."
I'm not giving you the payment until you've sorted out where this is coming from, because there could be another one. How do you know this isn't a different one?
Aramel, you need to learn to shut your mouth. He's one of those.
I'm persuasive." That's
no,
why.
not as much as you think.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, well, that's what. Okay, so what's the deal? He'll honor the agreement, right? Are you guys happy with that?
If you find out and sort out whoever sent the dog.
Seems...
So I defer. I look to.
Well, first up, is there
Scarlet-
anything
Scarlet,
beyond a chewed rope and a collar on this dog?
You're a
Make a
ranger.
perception
You know
check.
how to deal with animals. What do you think?
We need more to go on if we're going to do this than just a collar and, like, Wolfslayer was saying, a bit of rope.
Make a perception check, Wolfslayer.
I'm literally just shaking my head at Aramel right now.
Matted fur,
10.
twigs in its fur, bit of moss in some of its paws, a leaf stuck to its back.
I got nothing.
Head missing.
The collar does not have a name tag. Anyone else?
I look to Aramel and there you go. Have at it, Mr. Perceptive. I have every
What are we
faith
doing?
in you.
I mean, I have to roll with disadvantage, so.
Oh, yeah, I should have too. Not that it matters.
Your disadvantage didn't really matter much there.
11.
There's a belt. There's some rope attached. The rope is frayed. The dog has some twigs in its fur. It has a leaf stuck to it. There's some moss on its paws. Dried blood.
Don't look to me. I know about cities, not about crazy
What
dogs
time of
in the
day
wild.
is it?
Can we see?
It's getting dark.
Great.
So
Time for a
okay,
long rest.
Anyone else want to perception check the dog, by
I
the way?
may as well have a look as well.
Okay. While we're here.
well, maybe a helper can help or something. Not a 3. She didn't roll a 3. I'm gonna help her.
You've already rolled. You can't roll again
No.
separately.
No, I'm not gonna roll separately. But hey, maybe we should see okay. So this dog has been going around killing people, right? Why don't we take one of your little stabby daggers and cut its belly open and see what's inside? Could help.
Yeah.
What's in the
Okay,
stomach?
make a survival roll.
As a group
Who?
or one person?
Just Miss Castanel.
Okay.
Scarlet, yeah.
Significantly better than a 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
You
nice.
managed
Very
to
nice
dig
idea.
the knife in. You managed to open up its stomach and look through the bits and bobs in there. You notice there's a metal shape which has some sort of stamp and says Sheriff of District of Middleshire.
That's not what we
Presumably
want.
belonging to one of the deputies or the sheriff, possibly. And you check through. There's other bits and bobs. There's quite a lot of bones, some here and there. You notice that there's actually some sort of wax fabric wrapper in there as well, which looked like it belonged to some sort of food covering. And while you're going through this, because you rolled so well, do look at a full check on the corpse and just make sure you haven't missed anything. And you spot the belt. Has a name in it. Name says property of the sheriff of the District of Middleshire.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
So the dog belonged to the sheriff then.
And the dog ate the sheriff.
Or the dog was the sheriff.
No. How could the sheriff?
Be his own
Necromancy.
Necromancy.
How could the thing be in? Wait. He ate the. What was it? What was it? Was it in
Was
the
belt
stomach?
in the stomach or on the neck as a collar?
Yeah.
The belt was on the neck as a collar attached to a piece of rope.
But there was something in the stomach that said something about the sheriff.
like a badge.
A sheriff badge. Yeah.
Okay, so why would the sheriff become a dog and then eat his badge?
Uh,
I think it's more logical that the dog was a pet of the sheriff, and then the dog turned on the sheriff and ate the sheriff.
I think
Or iron?
it's significantly logical to assume that the sheriff wouldn't consider himself his own property and put a collar on himself.
That's a great point. Yeah, I agree with that guy. Except you shot me in the neck, you dirty bastard.
I
And
shot at the
watching
dog.
you.
You got in the way. You're
I
fine.
will
There's no
never-
proof that any of
you
my
are-
arrows went through your neck. Is there a wound on your neck?
You know-
No. This an arrow didn't go through your neck.
Okay.
When I look around the
Turning-
world, I see lots of creatures, and you look the strangest. You look very unnatural.
You racist bastard. Turning
You've
back.
got unnatural eyes. You don't look like you're
the
of this
halfling.
world.
Where does the sheriff
not a
live?
halfling.
It's probably getting late.
Okay.
You probably want to go back to the inn for the night, I'm guessing. It would allow you to make Constitution saving throws, I believe.
I expect racism
Next
from
time.
full bloods, but not half bloods like you.
So how do we? Wolf Slayer and I both have this infection of sorts.
I
Don't
believe you
have
can make a
sex
check
with
every
people who
24 hours.
don't have poison.
It can just clear on its own, really.
You can make a check every 24 hours, or you can do certain things to try and clear them, like you can do certain spells or whatever, or maybe you could search someone who maybe has expertise in this. It's up to you.
Necromancer.
Medical. Let's check.
We can deal with that next time.
I'm not going to pyromancer. No, but I wanted to do the check before going to sleep. If we're gonna have.
Oh, okay. You can make a medicine check if you want to try and patch yourself up and try and take some herbs or whatever.
So fantastic.
Well, yeah, of course I want to do that. I want to do it. Yeah, I like rolling my dice. I rolled a 14.
You do not know what ails you. You take some general herbs that you know are very good for your immune system and just hope that helps.
Good enough.